folks, thanks for joining me today. So in today's tutorial, this is the last rock of the Halloween series that I've been doing, and I thought it was very fitting to do this. So if you saw the thumbnail at the beginning, you would have known that we're going to be doing the word Halloween. So I'm just going to be doing an awful lot of blending, and then we're going to be doing like what I call reverse painting. So we're going to put down all of this wonderful color, and then we're going to cover it up with black paint. So you'll see what I mean as we go through the process. So I've been using some of Poppy Orange. It's by Delta. And then the middle part that I'm using is FolkArt paint called Moon Yellow. And then I'm just adding white in the center, which is by DecoArt. And I'm just making this so that it goes from a dark orange color to a lighter orange color to yellow to a bright yellow. And I'm just working from the outside, and I'm bringing that paint into the middle. Now, you may notice I have a bruise on my hand, and I apologize for that. I was kind of doing some yard work a little while ago, and banged my hand, but I don't remember how or when, and I just showed up with this bruise. So it's just one of those things. I'm not very graceful when I'm doing yard work or things like that, but I get the job done. So anyways, don't worry about that big ugly bruise that's on my hand. I want you to pay attention to the painting instead. So I'm continuing to use my finger daubers that I purchased from Amazon. There is a link in the description below that will take you to that if you would like to get your own set. I've had mine for about 2 years now, and they still work great. I love them. I just keep them clean. I put them in a water bottle when I'm done so that it keeps the paint wet and it doesn't dry in the sponge. And then when I'm ready, I can wash them out, and I just use some hot water and a little bit of dish detergent just to get all that paint out of there, and it's good to go. So you'll notice that I'm just sort of, sponging wherever I want color, and then boom, bang, there's the word Halloween already written on there. So I do apologize for that. I did do that off camera because when I was drawing it, my hand was covering the whole thing and you couldn't even see it. So I purposely did not include it because there was nothing really to see for you anyway. So I do apologize for that. But basically I just used my general charcoal pencil, which is the gray color, and just drew on the word Halloween. And I made sure that I made the letters to extend for the full width and height of the rock, and enough spacing so that I could get the entire word in. So it also did take me a couple of tries to get it correct. But all I did with the general charcoal pencil, because it's so easy to work with, I was able to just erase it and start over and fix the letter that I had an issue with. So right now what I'm doing is I'm using my fine lining brush. I'm just outlining the the letters. And as I'm doing this, you'll see it starting to come together where that fabulous color that we did in the background with the sponges is going to be inside of these letters as we continue on, and it is so gorgeous. I debated about putting on some glitter paint on this, but once I was completed it, I decided no, it didn't need it. It's wonderful the way that it is. It turned out so beautiful. And just to play with these letters, making them fit, making them connect to each other, or just playing around with it was just so much fun. And I so want to do more of these. Maybe like if we do one that's got red and greens for Christmas and you have Merry Christmas written on it, or anything like that. You could do one with flower colors, so like spring lilacs and have them like the purple color and different shades of green with that, and then write the word spring. That might be something that maybe I can do in the spring. But right now we're in the fall and it's getting colder. Snow is on its way. I know, I'm sorry I said that really horrible four-letter word, but it's coming and I hope everybody's prepared for it. You've got all of your summertime outdoor lights and patio furniture tucked away for the season. And you've got your snow blower or your snow shovel all set, ready to go. And I'm really sorry that I'm talking about this, but it's coming. We got to be prepared, right? So, but in the meantime, we're just going to play around with this rock and we're going to really make this look so cool. And it's such a simple technique to do. Just you can just blob colors all over the place, just blending them a little bit so that they have a great transition from one color to the other. And then you just simply do this. You just put your word on there and paint around it. And it's amazing. It's just so beautiful. And I love how the O almost looks like an I. And I will admit, I did not do that on purpose, but that's when I look at it, that's what I see is an eyeball. So it's kind of creepy in a way, but it's fitting for the Halloween rock that we're doing. So I'm almost done the entire word, and I had a lot of fun doing this. I loved how it turned out. Um, and I will be going in and filling in everywhere that is not a letter. So we'll say like the negative space in between the letters. And then any parts like the O or the A here that I'm filling in right now. Any of those parts I'm going to be filling in with black paint. And I'm actually just going to use my fine lining brush here to do the whole thing. So it does take me a little while to do it. You can certainly upsize your brush when you're doing the filling in. But I was just, working away and I thought, well, I'll just keep going with the same brush. It's less for me to clean, right? So that's what I do. Okay, so while I'm painting here, I'm going to talk to you about Halloween. So first of all, I get so excited for Halloween. I just love it. I have more decorations for Halloween than I do for Christmas. So I'm not afraid to admit that. I just love Halloween. Don't get me wrong, I love Christmas too. It just seems to be like Halloween is um it's your opportunity to just go wild and have a lot of fun. Um I don't know, it's fun. And I like it because it's near the end of fall. It's kind of like the last hurrah before winter comes. So um, maybe that's why I like it. But I wanted to talk to you about the origin of Halloween and how our traditions became what they are. So, to begin with, the origin of Halloween. So, it was started um, with the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. So, what Samhain was is a pagan religious celebration that welcomed the harvest. So, it's kind of like Thanksgiving, but it's more of to be thankful for the harvest. And what they would do is they would have big bonfires and wear costumes to ward off any of the ghosts. And that's how Halloween started. So that's the origin of it, which is really cool actually. And then it morphed as time went on to it became a folklore where people were scared that ghosts and goblins and all of these other wild creatures that were never seen at any other time of the year except for Halloween were coming to steal their children. So what they would do is they would put candy outside. Actually, originally it was coal, but it got switched to candy because candy's a lot more fun than coal. But they would put candies out and as an offering to these ghosts and goblins that were coming to take their children. And their hopes were that they would get so full with these offerings that they would leave their children alone. So that's how that came about and made our tradition the way it is today. But now we're the ones that dress up as the ghosts and goblins, and we go around house to house to get offerings of candy and treats and all sorts of yummy goodness. Um, and we do it at nighttime. So that's how we got our tradition of trick or treating on Halloween. So let me know if you found that interesting. I love looking stuff up like that, and even better, I love sharing stuff like that with you, so that you can share in this useless piece of information as well. I'm always curious about how things come about and why we celebrate things the way we do. And so I'm always looking stuff up like that and checking things out. And um, it's just, it's so cool. It's so fun just to learn something, outside of what you normally would learn. Keeps the mind sharp, right? So, anyway, so there's your little tidbit of useless information from me to you about Halloween. So let me know in the comments below if you know of any other types of traditions or things like that for Halloween, or your worst candy or the best candy. Be interested to know. And while you're there, make sure to give me the thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell because I post a lot of videos, a lot of really cool content, and you don't want to miss it. So make sure you ring the bell. I know you can't really see what I'm doing here, but I'm just doing the same thing as I've been doing through the whole rock. So I'm just working on the E, and then I'll be going and filling in the little parts of the first E. Oh, there, I'm doing it now. And then it's finished. So I let it dry overnight, and then I give it 1 or 2 coats of resin, and then it's finished. So there you have it, folks. Life is what you make it. So get creative.